Hello, everyone, and welcome to Space Zambonie, our June podcast.
We come with our guest, Argo the Wonder Dog, today.
For the first time, we have a dog on the podcast as a guest because we're in quarantine and we can't have people.
Unfortunately, but thankfully, animals cannot contract the horrible COVID-19 virus that is ravishing our country.
Despite what people... Oh, I accidentally just dropped a mitt in there. Despite...
Oh, that's good.
Despite what people may have said and the windows that have seen animals thrown out them, Argo does not have corona. So,
thankfully.
However, me and Matt did, which is why we're able to be in the same room together for the podcast.
And I got my antibody testing done as well. Yay!
What's the results? How long does that take to get back?
Oh, no, probably getting back on Monday or Tuesday.
Damn, that's pretty cool though. Antibody. I wanted to do the antibody test. So, here's a challenge that I do have for today's podcast, right? Yes. I have this on me today. It's going to be a fun game.
You brought a lemon wedge.
I brought a lemon wedge onto the podcast. Every time someone brings up Sandra Bullock, I will eat part of the lemon wedge.
How are we going to...
Exactly. This lemon wedge is going to go uneaten.
All right.
Sandra Bullock has not been brought up in pop culture, nor in modern day conversation. In how many years?
I don't know. What the hell was the last thing that she was in?
The Blind Side, right? The football movie.
I never seen that movie.
I mean, we're talking... Contrary to popular belief, this first conversation doesn't count as part of the Sandra Bullock animation domination highlight. So I'm just going to... I'm going to eat it whole.
I would just find like a bunch of animation about Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock animated. Just go on DeviantArt and search Sandra Bullock.
And it's all like the blueberry inflation art of her.
Well, real question.
Yes.
Why is that popular porn?
I don't know. I was reading about it the other day and I found it very interesting. A lot of
inflation porn.
Yeah, inflation porn. So it's like mainly from the Willy Wonka movies. That's the people's like first.
Oh my god.
First introduction into the blueberry inflation porn. Yeah, I know, but the kids were people were watching it when they were kids, and it was just something that like piqued their brain, and we're like, oh my god. Yes.
The first time I found inflation porn was when me and Tony were looking up. I think it was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right. There he was fat.
No.
And shoeless.
It was Amy.
Oh.
Amy was all over the place, shoeless and fat. I was like, I can't even say fat. It's just literally inflated like a balloon. It's insane.
Yep.
I don't know where they come up with that.
Yeah, it's mainly from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's insane.
And that's where recent people attribute it to is from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because they were new kids watching, the recent version of the movie.
How many years before people who were young watched Rick and Morty and now there's like pickle porn?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing. Look at Lion King and furries.
Yeah, no, I know that. Well, Lion King and other animated movies.
Yeah, any kind of like Disney movie.
Yeah.
Where it's anthropomorphic animal creatures.
But I mean, people find cartoon characters...
Yeah, Marge
this
Simpson.
Is the conversation. I love it. It's going to divulge into cartoon character porn, which is totally cool.
Lois Griffin.
Yeah, like people find Lois hot. They find like
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit, yeah. The X-Men cartoons. Me and Tony used to be like X-Men Evolution when we were young. We were like, whoa, these cartoon girls are pretty smoking. But
gargoyles.
Yeah, no, those gargoyles were hot. But no, because now here it's going to go dive deeper into the hole, the meme hole.
Yep.
So the conversation Matt and I used to have all the time is like, we love doing this stuff. Absolutely, we always love having a blast, having conversations with people. But whenever we have a conversation that's like, what happens if things don't work out? My fallback plan is always like, yeah, no, I'm just going to animate cartoon porn. It's like that's gonna be my turn. I'm just gonna go down that route.
Just go full
and make millions.
You can make a lot off of blueberry porn, apparently. Blueberry inflation porn.
I don't know if I'm comfortable making blueberry inflation porn.
They have like this person that just recently, I don't know how recently, but they made like a novel as like a love letter to the community for blueberry inflation porn.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a comic.
I think the first thing, because I like cartoon parodies. Like, I love just the idea of making fun of something, which parodies is like a weird gray area, even in terms of like porn, because that's how people get away with like cartoon character porn. They're like, oh yeah, don't worry, they're having sex. It's funny. It's a parody. And then you're all over the internet and you see like Bart Simpson having sex with Marge, and you're just like, that's child pornography. You know?
Technically that is, but a lot of the times it's Bart older. That's the shit kicker, right?
Yeah. How can you determine his age?
I don't know. I like to.
How long is
I hope that he's legal age. He's like the same size as Marge, and the porns that they show when you're like on a porn website, and they're like, watch these cartoon porn.
You'll jerk off and ejaculate in 2 seconds.
Yeah, you gotta play this game. You'll come in 10 seconds.
March. But no, because that's the shit kicker when it comes to that stuff. It's like, that's technically all child pornography.
Only if you draw them minuscule, unless it's like a vor kind of thing.
But I can make a cartoon character tomorrow that's Midget Man.
Yeah.
Or
a little person, man.
I'm sorry, okay.
That word's like saying the N-word for small people.
I apologize. But he's a superhero, so... I'm sorry, he's a superhero.
Yeah.
No one even knows what his powers are. So maybe he's got weird powers that warrant the name. Who knows? All right? Regardless, his age is indeterminate.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell what his age is.
Kind of like Gary Coleman.
Yes. Or Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. Man, that was a squirter, like Sandra Bullock. Man. All right. So, should we continue this conversation about porn parodies, or should we jump right into the porn parodies? All right. So, yes. What was your most favorite porn parody that you've ever seen?
Probably the Zone 10 ones. The well-animated ones. Actually, there is this really funny American Dad one. About... It's Roger.
Yes.
And Roger's like in this big green alien suit.
Yeah.
I wish I could find it. I wish we could just show porn on the fucking podcast, because I want to be like, this is it. But he's in like the alien suit, and he's like, oh, he's trying to do like a Roger impression too. He's like, I'm gonna have sex with you. It's so funny to see a full guy in a suit being like, this is what's happening. I don't know. That was really funny. Like SpongeNob.
Oh my god, yes, SpongeNob SquareNuts is pretty good. That and the Left 4 Dead porn parody, Left 4 Head.
There's gotta be like one for everything, right?
Yeah.
Rule 34.
Yeah. Oh my god, did you ever see Left 4 Head?
No.
It has a smoker, like...
Let's put it on the TV. Put it up on the board.
Go on now. No, we just blur out everything.
Yeah, it's just a giant blur. What is it?
Use your imagination.
It's Left 4 Dead?
Left 4 Dead, except like Zoe's being captured by a smoker and getting fucked.
Is it 3D? It's CGI?
Oh no, it's people.
Oh, it's people?
Yeah.
The villain has not dissolved yet.
Yeah, which is wild. But yep, no, it's live action and it's got like actual special effects, not like where it's CGI. It's pretty okay.
I like how the integrity of it. Is it good? Like,
I would say it's good.
I like that I have to question.
Yeah.
Like how intensive is the plot in this porno?
From what I've seen, I don't think it's that intense because it's really just like a clip. I don't know if they actually made a legit full porno, but I wouldn't be surprised.
There's something funny about nudity because like everyone is always so like
skeeved out by nudity.
No, that, but also the first thing you give, like if you give someone the ability to mod a game before they do anything else, they will be like nude mod of X of so and so.
Yeah,
I think Resident Evil 3 was out like a day, and on YouTube, like I guess this speaks towards my recommended videos or like the kind of stupid stuff I watch, but it was like Jill full run nude, and I was like, what? What is this?
Was the person nude or was Jill nude?
Jill was nude. The whole run was just Jill nude. I like a nude run of a game where he's just playing.
Yeah.
Like some guy just like this.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Yeah, he's like a pack of Pokemon cards on his chest. And just like, I made Jill naked. But it didn't work. So I tried to code and it didn't work. So now I'm naked playing this. And afterwards help me with my Twitch run of Pokemon. I would love to do that too.
Oh my god.
Where people have to like decide what you do.
Damn, yeah, that'd be cool.
It sounds so fun.
I like Mr. X wearing a thong.
I've seen that. I've also seen the ones that when it comes to just in general Resident Evil modding, the every zombie's Mr. X.
Oh,
that was really cool. But no, I don't. Even Street Fighter, the fascination of all these characters, they have to be naked. Something's not fun about.
I wouldn't want to see Fang naked.
I don't want to see a bunch of naked people punching each other. Just seeing all that genitalia flopping around. I don't know.
That sounds funny. I wouldn't mind that. I like genitals.
I don't know.
Genitals are funny.
Let me see your genitals.
Your genitals. Oh, John. Joe LaJoey.
Yeah.
Or John LaJoey.
Big
Funny.
Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I think Argo's
shifting.
Yeah, he's moving around. I think the card's probably full that he was getting recorded on. And someone just died in that other room.
Damn.
But,
that's a good sign.
Let's know, from now on, Argo is moving his mouth and talking alongside us. You just can't see it.
Yep. Argo is contributing. Very good information about naked characters from video games.
I mean, now that we're done with the naked talk, do you want to talk a little bit about our COVID experiences? Because I feel like, I mean, we have to do a podcast with no actual guests and stuff. And we get to sit down and talk about porn and divulge into that for a little bit. But I feel like we should talk a little bit about what we experienced. Would you like to?
Okay, so with COVID was a shit show. It was really terrible, and I didn't enjoy it one bit. But on top of being sick, I was working the entire time from home and being harassed for 8 days waiting for my COVID results because my job really was eager to find out what my COVID results were and didn't believe that I had COVID. Until my results came back 8 days later where it was positive. So morning, noon, and night I was being called up for my job being like, what's your results? What's your results? And I'm like, I want to tell you but I can't. And then I had the chest pain. I felt cold as ice like the first couple of nights where it was like I had to wear gloves to sleep. I'm not normally that cold.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm usually with somebody that runs cold. But damn.
Oh my God.
I was shivering.
You know what I remember when it comes to that COVID stuff? My favorite thing about us with the COVID thing is that after it was all done, we did our quarantine for the full 2 weeks. We even spent longer. As you can probably hear me wheezing between certain breaths even now. I feel like as a whole, it's affected my asthma and made it worse. But we're like way past done with COVID. But the funny thing is that we were at the shop and we finally were able to go to the store. And we wanted to pick up food.
Yeah, we didn't even know that the whole mask thing was in effect.
So we didn't know that the new thing was like everyone has to wear a mask to go to like stores and stuff too. And I mean, we've been outside a few times after the 3+ weeks, but we're like, oh, we need food.
Yep.
You know? So we're out there and me, Matt, and Jen are walking into the store. And this lady just sees the three of us. And she goes like, you ought to be wearing masks.
Yeah, we're like, oh, are you done with that wagon? We would, we could take that off of your hands. That would be great. And she's like, you guys aren't wearing masks?
Yeah.
You really should be wearing a mask. You're going to get sick or something. And it's like, what? It's like, what's going on?
Would we rather be like, say nothing and just be like, oh, boy, we forgot our mask. Or like, nah, we had it. We can't technically get it now.
Yeah. We were terrified of being like, we already had it. Otherwise, it would have been like Frankenstein, where people with torches and pitchforks would have came after us.
I've never felt more like...
Yeah, everybody was staring at us in the store.
Ever. Yeah, big time. We were just walking around and everyone's just like, who are those not mask-wearing assholes?
Yeah.
It's like...
Who are those banditos that aren't wearing masks?
Yeah. Who are those wet banditos? Walking around here. No mask. Nah, dude, that was so funny. And even there's a flower lady inside the place too.
Grilling.
Yeah, and from way back, she lowered her mask and was like, and I'm like, oh, I don't even want to look at her. If I look at her, she's going to be like, hey, you're not wearing the mask. What do we say? Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
I would love to have a mask that's just Jim Carrey's the mask.
The big fucking thing.
Yeah. I'm wearing my mask.
It's the whole mask and the mouthpiece is cut out. You can't see COVID in my eyes. Oh, man.
But what was your COVID experience like?
A lot of Animal Crossing.
Like we played. That was probably the most Animal Crossing and the most video gaming that I did ever.
Same. It was like in bed, unable to move, unable to breathe correctly, high fever, feeling like crap. But at least I had Animal Crossing. It was like I'd be in bed completely like out, almost dying, and I'd be like, Gianna, can you pass me the Switch, please? And then
I think that's the real cure to COVID is playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah, we even did Discord nights.
Yeah, we did Discord nights. We watched what was that movie with Daniel Radcliffe?
Swiss Army Man.
Yeah, Swiss Army Man. That was great.
Really funny. But yeah, no.
Super artsy movie.
I think overall it was just a lot of gaming and sleeping. Because I felt like such garbage. John would be like, are you alright? I'd be like, I also watched Girl on the Third Floor. Have you seen that?
No. I remember you saying that it's a rough...
So stupid.
A rough little thingy.
I mean, we're not film critics, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm no
awful.
I'm no Spielberg, but you know what? Oh, no.
I'm no...
I'm no nostalgia critic.
I'm no Robert Rodriguez. So that was the other thing, too. So because Matt and I both had it, we felt like, oh, okay, cool, at least we could see each other now. So we have been hanging out a lot and watching a lot of movies, doing a lot of work for the channel as well, getting a lot of equipment for the channel and just kind of prepping for like the future to come. But we watched, The Thing?
Yeah.
We watched, like, oh my God, all the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, and the CGI ones.
All the CGI Resident Evil movies. So it's cool that, like, despite everything sucking, that we've at least been able to, like...
have some normalcy.
Yeah, so that's our recommendation, is that if you have COVID and you have a friend that's had COVID, hang out. I mean, what are you going to do now?
Get antibody tested first, just to make sure.
Yeah, and then shit on a table and have Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. And make sure if Sylvester Stallone hasn't had COVID, they wear some masks, for God's sakes.
So,
social distance.
Real question, Matt.
Yeah.
Before we go to break, which oddly enough, we've almost been talking for 20 minutes.
Which is insane.
It always goes so quickly. I love you. So before we go to break, and we have a fun game for a break too, so please stick around. Do you think Sandra Bullock puts out?
I hope so. I hope she's like married, but I don't know. I wonder if she has like an open relationship and she's just like doing the whole bang train. Chugga chugga choo choo. And then she's just all like, oh, my flappy gammies are getting filled up to the brim with man gravy. How was that lemon?
That was really good. Now I'm going to get the crappy taste of lemon out of my mouth with mint bubbles.
And it's high in vitamin C. It protects you from scurvy.
All right, we'll see you guys after the ad break.
Bye, see you in a second.
Hey everyone, this is Alex from the Space Zambonie podcast. Hopefully you're enjoying the podcast so far. We do have a lot of fun stuff coming to you in the coming moments. Just here to talk really quick about our sponsors. So, the easiest way you can support us, which we are super grateful for everyone who has, is spacezambonie.com/shop. For there, you can view all of our merchandise, pick up anything that you do like, and we also have a select sets of merchandise that, if you purchase, funds go directly to feeding America during the coronavirus pandemic. So, we do appreciate anyone who does purchase merch straight from the site. Also, are you in the mood for a gaming chair and you're not really sure where to go? So if you don't currently own one, I definitely recommend going to spacezambonie.com/vertigear. So if you want to pick up a gaming chair that's good for your needs, if you stream, if you sit for a while, and you just kind of want something that you feel comfortable in, can you be surprised? Because a gaming chair actually really does make a big difference when you're sitting down for a while. And especially if you guys work from home or anything like that, it's really nice to just sit back and enjoy the ride. So, thanks again. We really do appreciate it. Ooh, there's a spider right there. Jesus Christ. Leave a comment if there's a certain part of the podcast that you like more. Just, hey, drop it down below so we know what to do in the future as well. We're still starting off, and we're new to a lot of this different, outputs of content. So we do appreciate anything and everything that's said. So thank you guys again, and we will see you later. Hello everyone, this is Space Zambonie. So the original game we had for today was recorded by us, as you could probably see in the footage here that I'll put on screen, and we actually lost the audio to it. So we decided to go back and kind of do a little more for the story and do more of a narration alongside some images, so we hope you enjoy. So the game is called AI Dungeon, and in this game, basically, you could create any prompt that you want, or you could do a prompt that they do, and then you could explore a crazy story. So this story is called
Seaman Street.
So I created the prompt for Matt, and it started with, "You were a trash man in the year 3030. Who only picks up the remains of Sesame Street characters.
You find out that the corpse of Elbow is hidden within a great temple called Grape Concentration Camp. You enter the camp and see Big Bird, a giant bird with an egg on his head. He tells you to go to the top of the mountain where he can teach you how to fly." "I don't know what's going on," says the computer.
So what's the first thing you decide to do, Matt?
I decide to ejaculate on the egg on Big Bird's head and suckle on his schlong like it's a Twizzler.
Yeah, but instead, the story has you. So the story instead decided that you get on your knees and start licking Big Bird's head like a Twizzler. The other birds laugh at you, but they're too busy eating.
Which is where I come in and I let Big Bird take a big shit on my face.
Big Bird takes a big shit on your face. It hurts like hell, but still, you feel good afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I do like that right away. The story is like, that shit hurts, and you know what? Like 800 other birds here. I don't know why.
I decide to punch a hole into the egg on Big Bird's head and ejaculate into the egg, creating the start of a homunculus.
And here pretty much the story was same on par with you. You punch a hole into the egg on Big Bird's head, and then you ejaculate inside the egg. This causes a homunculi to grow inside the egg. That's pretty much the same as what you said.
Yeah, so I gotta say, it didn't really deviate too much, which is great. So I decide to nurture the egg by sitting on it with my bare, hairy, tasty ass, causing the egg to warm up and provides affection to my child.
You sit down on the egg, which causes the egg to heat up. Your baby starts to come out of its shell, and you embrace him or her as if hugging a lover. the agender homunculi, because the story doesn't want to.
No, doesn't want to tell me what it kind of genitals it has.
It also decides that you hug your child like a lover.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. That was weird. So I whip out my tits and allow my son to feast upon my lactating nipples.
You whip out your tits and let your son eat them. I didn't realize it said that.
Yeah, I didn't realize I let my kid eat my nipples.
This makes you feel so good that you continue to do it for years until the homunculi finally destroys everything.
So, I just like the idea that I get to regrow my nipples and then my kid just continuously eats them.
When we first did it, I was under the impression that you still were breastfeeding.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Very clearly, your sons ate them.
Yeah, wow. So my homunculus is super horny and teaches sexual education around the globe and fucks coronavirus to death.
And then this is where the story decides. Your homunculus is super horny, and he convinces all the other homunculi to fuck coronavirus to death. They die horribly, but not before making you feel very good.
The end.
I also like that too. The story's like, you're done.
Yeah.
No more.
It's like your kid dies, his friends die, but you know what? You feel good about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. It's not very clear as to who dies either.
No,
They die horribly.
It's kind of like a create your own story kind of thing, because if you want my kid to die, it could happen. If you want coronavirus to die, it could happen too.
But regardless, you feel very good.
Yeah, I hope it's really the coronavirus that got fucked to death and they die horribly. The coronavirus is individually. I want my kid to die and his friends.
So we hope you enjoyed this little tale, and we'll see you on the next one.
Tales from the Space Zambonie.
Tales from the Space Zambonie dungeon.
Hello, everyone. We hope you enjoyed our ad-breaking game. We hope it went well. Who knows? I think it went pretty good.
I hope so.
I love that part with the gammies.
Yeah, the flappy gammies.
So good.
So I love flappies.
Because we're not film critics, and we talked about this before the break, let's talk about some films.
Yeah. What's your top film that we watched recently?
So, Matt and I have watched The Heat, Addams Family movie, the Scooby-Doo movie, The Hustle, it was called.
I think so.
So let's stick to those movies.
All right.
All right. So which one would you like to talk about first? I think you should talk about The Heat, personally.
The Heat was so good that I ended up falling asleep during it. With, what's her name? Jessa McCarthy? Jenna McCarthy?
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor? The Emerald Lagasse?
Melissa McCarthy?
Melissa McCarthy.
Is that
I always
right?
forget her name. Yeah, it's Melissa McCarthy. And that movie, and Sandra Bullock. No more lemon, thankfully. Lemon game is over. And that movie was, I don't know. I don't even remember that much about it because I was trashed.
So, what was your favorite part of that film? The back of your eyelids or seeing the movie?
Probably the back of my eyelids. I gotta tell you, if you need something to put you to sleep and you don't have Benadryl at your side, put on The Heat.
Yeah. Dude, that movie was so bad. I mean, there's always an audience for it, right? Actually, is there? Let me see what the movie got rating-wise.
Maybe you got like 30% on Rotten
The
Tomatoes.
Heat.
But you know, that still means like 30% of the people that seen it enjoyed it.
Got a 6.6 out of 10.
Wow.
65% on Rotten Tomatoes.
65%. See, so that's like more than half of the people enjoying that movie. And here we are shitting on it and shitting right in Melissa McCarthy's mouth. She's just chewing on it.
This is a review that a lot of people found helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Redundant, repetitive, and also ridiculous. Ridiculous. And it's extremely concerning and not a little annoying. It's a comedy cop movie. Unquestionably, really, really bad cop.
You know what other movie we watched that wasn't in the list? The Master of Disguise.
Oh, God, no. And, wait. And The Mummy 3.
Yeah.
Woo. That's my favorite scene of that fucking movie.
That was just batshit crazy.
All right. I guess let's talk Master of Disguise.
Yeah.
Mummy 3.
Because that's at least a movie that I didn't fall asleep through.
Mummy reboot.
Oh, yeah, we watched the Mummy reboot too.
And then we can talk
Tom
about
Cruise.
All right. So first, Master of Disguise. Favorite part of the movie?
Definitely the Abraham Lincoln scene. That part cracked me up.
This is the first time I've ever watched a movie with Gianna, and Gianna turned to me and was like, "This is awful." And Matt's just like,
even still thinking about it, I'm still like giddy like a schoolgirl. Just like, oh my god, that scene is so funny.
I think I genuinely laughed twice during the movie. Once during the movie, now that I recall even further. And it was Eat the Cheese.
Eat the cheese.
But like the whole movie, I'm just sitting there like,
so weird.
Oh, as a kid, I used to like the movie, but I guess it's because I was so brain dead.
I hated the movie when I was younger. I think I was smarter then.
Tony liked it too when we were kids. And we're like, oh, turtle.
I never liked that.
No,
like,
but,
oh no.
Dude, watching it back as an adult, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, it was an opposite effect for me. Like, I thought it was just so bad. And I think I had such low expectations from when I was younger that I was like, there's no way I could like this movie. And I was like, okay, I think it's maybe... Like, I still hate the movie. It's still a really bad movie.
Awful.
But I could definitely say that I would probably have fun watching it again.
Watching it again with company.
Yeah.
So it can be made fun of. It's not the same as watching it again. I'm being honest with you. The Mummy 3, I don't think I could watch again.
Really?
Not even for, like,
Wow.
comedy purposes.
Yeah, that wasn't that fun of a movie in comparison to, like, the first Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Like, that one was awesome.
It has Jet Li.
Yeah, it's got Jet Li.
Jet Li should be dope.
Yeah. And then it's just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Ew.
So the movie is like, the Mummy movies, for the most part, yeah, they have, like, their grounded basis with these unexpected reality warping situations. Like, oh yeah, there's a mummy. Okay, that's cool. Oh, he came back. Okay, that's cool. This one's like, fucking Yetis.
Yeah, the Yetis was the most bizarre thing that I saw.
It just like slapped you on the side of the face.
Yeah,
These
that's
good
like-
guy Yetis just come into the
that
field.
lady just like yells out, and it's like the Yeti call. It's
Yeah.
like, what happened? Where did these come from? Yeah. No mention of any Yetis in the past.
At all. And it just came out of nowhere.
Or at least like in that movie. It's like,
And it
sure,
was
you
so
know, the area is
frustrating.
known for Yetis, but geez, no.
No, the area is,
Yeah,
but it's
but-
not like a thing.
No, it's
And
not like they brought it up and you're expecting Yetis to be coming out of anywhere.
It's, okay.
And then they
Just
punted
that
a guy in his ass.
Just that sentence even helped me explain it further.
Field goal.
It happens for that scene, and then not again.
Yeah.
And they never explain why she has a Yeti call. How did... Alright, that's
I
like...
don't know why she had pet Yetis.
That's like in the Wolverine movie where he didn't want to kill the bear, which is cool. But like, if he came out of the woods and he had a pack of bears as friends, and they all came out and crossed their arms.
kind of like furry vengeance.
Let's at least talk about the Mummy reboot first.
Yeah.
So, Mummy 3 garbage, throw it out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Mummy reboot. What do you think of the Mummy reboot?
The Mummy reboot was
4 years too late, but this is how we can do it.
That was still rough. I mean, I like that they were trying to build up a universe and everything. I like that he goes to that area which shows like all like the monsters and
Yeah.
everything that they were hoping to make movies about. But then it was just like, oh, it was so bland. I think we were falling asleep during that movie too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, what the hell is going on?
So, the first half of the movie
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
was dope.
Yeah.
Maybe even like... Yeah,
And then it's just like,
half. Because the ending is beyond stupid. Awful. And like, when they first enter the lab, it's interesting, and then just...
Yep. That was like the turning point, I think.
Because that's exactly when me and you were like... For viewers who want to picture something cute, we were cuddling in each other's arms.
But the mummies kind of look cool and everything. And
Yeah. Lady
like-
Mummy was dope.
Yeah. And
And
her sucking the life force out of
And they could have made it a genuine, like, creepy, cool movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, nah, fuck that.
Nah.
Let's make it, I don't know.
It was so weird.
Make it stupid.
Yeah, no.
The best part about doing this, like our hot take reviews, so these are all movies that are like old. Except for Scoob, we'll have to do like a
Yeah.
spoiler alert. But
Spoiler alert.
now, Furry Vengeance?
Furry Vengeance, I mean, that was a rough movie. The only thing that was like the worst part of the movie was the female like co-actor. I can't think of her name.
She's a famous actress.
Yes, she is.
We were using her name all week.
All week, and I'm drawing a blank. But let me tell you, she was, wow. I mean, she just is scary, like the way she emotes during the scenes and everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put clips of the movies during this, just so people could like see what we're talking about.
She just makes this
But-
face that's like a monster face.
Nah.
It's like,
She makes a lot of scary faces throughout the whole film. And it's weird. It's like,
Yeah.
why is she doing this?
it's like Resident Evil 2 with 500% facial expressions.
Yeah, and to explain what Furry Vengeance is, because like the Mummy's mainstream, but like Furry Vengeance
we
is
were
very
on
much
a-
not.
Brendan Fraser kind of.
Yeah, after watching The Mummy 3, we're like, what has he done besides Doom Patrol? So we're like, alright, let's look. And we saw Furry Vengeance, and the picture on Google Images was just him in like a pink thing with his belly like hanging out beyond his knees.
Yeah.
And we're like, what in Christ's name is this?
It's him in his prime.
Yeah, so we're like, all right, we gotta buy this movie and fund his endeavors.
We got it on Vudu that night.
Yeah, we bought it. Then it took like 4 days to convince Gianna to let us watch it. Like, Gianna, please. She's like, there's better things to do. We're like, no, there's not.
There's furry vengeance.
So the movie was absolutely... That movie I would recommend people to watch.
Yeah, that one.
Because
it could have been way worse.
Watch it with friends and just see how bad of a movie it is.
The CGI was terrible.
Awful.
That, especially at the end scene, that was like, oh no.
So Matt and I had a drinking game over the course of the movie.
I died.
The drinking game was anytime the female lead made a scary face, or like an intimidating face, I'll say, and then anytime the animals had a thought bubble, and then the one that didn't happen was if Brendan Fraser went, whoa, whoa, whoa. Matt was passed out for the end of the movie because he was too drunk. I was still taking like the drinks towards the end, and I'm like, I can't do it, Matt. But I need to stay awake so someone can tell the tale.
And then you were able to pass along the information about Insane in the Membrane at the very end.
Yeah.
Like every 2000 movie that happened, they always had to have a musical number with all the cast members at the end of the movie.
If you watch the movie, stay for the credits because there's a fun dancing montage and fun music.
Yep.
Now the movie we watched today, let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh, the heist.
The Hustle.
The hustle.
With
Damn, that's right.
Rebel Wilson
Yeah.
and Anne Hathaway. This movie critically panned terrible. So this one we can talk shit, we don't have to worry about. Critically panned, everyone hated it.
Man, I don't know, I kind of wish that I saw the ending, like, happening. Because I think we were kind of joking about it, like, it'd be funny if he turns out to be, like, the Grand Heist Master. And then, I don't know, I thought it was just going to be, like, one of those sappy, happy ending kind of things.
Well, it still kind of works.
Yeah.
Like, we combined Guess the Ending within the first scene that they were in together. You know? We're like, oh, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
But
and then that's what
yeah,
happened.
so it's a movie about Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson being the absolute worst con artists ever.
Oh my god, yeah, because fucking Anne Hathaway always brought everybody to her mansion.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway, as a con artist, literally brings people to her house, her actual, real house, and scams everyone the same way in what they even defined as a small town where everyone knows each other.
Yep.
Besides the people who frequent the hotel, which means that she's just going out to the hotel, being a floozy for a weekend,
Yeah.
attracting men, getting them to ask her to marry them, and somehow them being able to purchase these expensive rings,
Yeah.
even though they're on this island.
And they always had, like, humongous gemstones in them, too. It wasn't just, like, a small little, let's get engaged, I love you. And they didn't really spend much time with them before they even gave her a ring. It's like they spent a day with her, or like, I'm ready to marry you.
And the movie starts to show Anne Hathaway as a good con artist. She has her buddy that's kind of in on it come to her and be like, be careful, this woman's one of the biggest con artists ever. And she's like, wanted by Interpol. And then like, says it in front of the guy to get her to steal a bracelet. And we're like, okay, you probably could have stole that bracelet 800 other ways. Why bring attention to yourself as a con artist? Bring attention to the bracelet. And she was like, please return the bracelet. And it's like, okay, here you go. So now you're bringing attention to the item you were going to steal and you swapped it out for. Now this guy's going to see it in his hand and immediately be like, hey.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what happened on the airplane.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yeah, she stole my bracelet. Now my wife's divorcing me.
Yeah, even though he said that he had a boyfriend.
Yeah, had a boyfriend and was trying to pick up Anne Hathaway, and then apparently had a wife.
And the bracelet was his mom's. So why his wife is divorcing him over this bracelet? No sense. Nothing makes sense.
I don't know, but at least he banged Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, and if you guys want a summary of the movie, you're not going to watch it, watch the trailer, and just know Rebel Wilson pretends to be blind for 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah, which was completely unexpected.
So
I thought it was just going to be a whole heist thing, and then sure, they're like having a rough start where they're like, I hate you too, and then they would have fallen in love together and been a crime duo.
Yeah.
But then it was just them hating each other the majority of the movie, her pretending to be blind, and then everybody getting swindled at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And falling in love with each other.
Now, is that the list of movies that we said earlier? We're probably missing one. I don't remember. Because we said a lot of movies.
We have the Resident Evil movies.
That's true. Those all suck.
And we have Scoob.
That was our segment on the Resident Evil movies. Besides the CG ones, the CG
The
ones.
CGI ones are awesome.
Yeah.
Those were a lot of fun to watch.
And let's put a spoiler alert because we're nearing the actual end of the podcast.
What?
Yeah, we're getting close to the end. And I think when we finish talking about Scoob, we'll probably be done.
Damn.
So let's summarize the podcast this way. Porn talk, me eating a lime because of Sandra Bullock.
Lime. Yeah, we did
A lemon wedge. My bad. Yeah, thank you.
We did the same thing. Yay.
Me eating a lemon wedge because of Sandra Bullock. A game where we created random scenarios from the AI dungeon. Talking about a child's movie. So let's talk about Scoob.
All right. So Scoob.
Hot takes. Let's do hot
Yeah,
takes.
I don't know. I actually thought it was kind of fun. It had so many weird things about it, though. Especially the weirdest thing probably was at the beginning of the movie with Simon Cowell just sitting down, chilling with Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Yeah.
That's, I think, where the movie was like, wait a second.
Now, you said it was okay. What's your rating for the movie? Because we did discuss this prior.
I feel like it was around like a 5 to a 6 out of 10.
So,
Yeah.
our solids, I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. My brother gave it an 8. His wife gave it an 8. My dad was on like a similar page to me. He was like, it was okay, but it was really weird, like silly. Gianna gave it a 5, and you're at the like 5-6 rating too.
Mm-hmm. It definitely wasn't the worst one out of the bunch that we've seen.
No.
Oof.
I think that helped us determine a movie scaling factor too. It's like we've seen all these terrible movies.
Including that one movie about them being in an office that was made out of cardboard.
After last season.
Yeah, thank you.
That was hard to remember. Oh my god. But yeah, that movie was awful too. If you
That
guys want to watch
movie's bottom of the barrel.
2.5 hours where you would rather be doing anything else. If you want to become a productive person, watch that movie and realize that you can do anything you want.
Yeah, if that person could make a movie and get it put on anything,
Yes.
possibilities are fucking endless.
They just built a whole
Like,
cardboard
Jesus.
everything.
They made an MRI machine out of cardboard.
Yeah. And then, they could have bought good cameras. They could have bought anything. But they bought cardboard.
Yeah.
That
They
they
bought
could
plenty
probably
of
come for
cardboard.
free.
And then that whole...
BJ's.
Yeah. That whole thing with that, like, CGI portion that looked like a 90s computer screensaver.
Yeah.
That was, like, their entire
That was
$4 million
2/3 of
budget,
the
right?
movie. Now, okay, so for Scoob, my hot takes on Scoob. I thought the movie was okay, right? It wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't bad, but it was like down the line, like straight across.
Just okay.
Okay, you know. I hated the Blue Falcon.
Yeah, he wasn't that enjoyable of a person. He was a pretty horrible person.
So frustrating.
Yep.
I
I did enjoy Captain Caveman being Tracy Morgan.
that was really funny because I didn't expect Captain Caveman to talk.
Yeah.
And we were just praying that it wasn't going to be the Flintstones. They went to,
I would have died if it was the Flintstones. I would have cracked up.
I would have shot myself. I would have shot myself in the face and went through my brain. So this movie is very much, it felt like Scooby-Doo trying to set up the
Scooby-Doo universe?
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, the Hanna-Barbera universe.
animated universe. And
They even had it in the end credits. They had all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons,
Yeah.
which is wild.
I feel like there's points in the movie where they just try to be super cringy on purpose too. Like Blue Falcon dabs, and then he's a DJ. It's like, oh, this character was made for the kids who play Fortnite. It's like, yeah, cool. He's dope. We dabbed. All right. You know, he wasn't like the Jack Films where he did the deep dab. Then I would have been like, hey, that's interesting. Jack Films is a funny guy. You know, they have this whole plot line with Scoob's collar.
Yeah, that was really bizarre because he gets that whole suit made brand new. And they're like, oh, sorry, we can't make the suit over at this. What's that on your neck? A collar?
Yeah, so
You're gonna have to take that off.
In the beginning of the movie, Scoob from the trailers, it's in the trailers too, he goes like, "Roll, river, take it off. I run this color." And as soon as that happened, me and Matt were like, around 45 minutes in, there's going to be a scene where he has to take off the collar. We thought it was going to be like a dramatic story beat, which would have made sense because it's like, oh.
And it legitimately did happen.
Yeah.
It was, but it
wasn't a dramatic story beat.
No, because then literally as soon as the suit's finished up, he has a similar collar.
He has a similar collar. He could have put it on top of the suit.
Yep.
And then the suit breaks immediately upon combat. Yep. And we're like, all right, come on. Shaggy, build a bridge, get over it, man.
Shit. That was like a really low blow.
Yeah. Me and Matt made the joke of like, if Shaggy had a dramatic reason, he's like, that collar was made from my dad's ashes. It's the only thing I have left of my dad. Then I'm like, oh, dude, don't take that fucking collar off, you dick. You know it's his dad. But no, and what was the other jokes that we made? We made I remember Daphne at the end.
So what about the whole thing where Freddy had that police officer that pulled him over and then he was like sexually confused about it since it wasn't actually a very attractive police officer.
Oh wait, and Shaggy went to hell.
Yeah, that was really funny too. Shaggy went to hell.
And hell's just
great.
a good old place with money and a dog.
Tons of gold.
And Scooby-Doo is the ancient descendant of
a god.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo's a god. Shaggy goes to hell.
Yeah.
The Blue Falcon dabs. It's like, if I explain this movie in tidbits, everyone would be like, what the hell is this?
But that was cool that Shaggy went to hell. I mean, of all people.
We thought it was so metal, like, and we thought he should have stayed there.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. And then they could have had a movie where they try and save Shaggy from hell.
Yeah, where it's like, and also they defeated Cerberus with marbles.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So, I think overall that's why it gets a good old flat okay. And it ends really silly too. It's like, right towards the end, everyone's like saying, "Oh, we gotta start solving this next mystery," and then Daphne walks off like a robot. They're like, "Come on, guys, let's go!" Daphne.
That's because Fred Choker. Good night.
He took this mystery machine shield and was like, and that's our podcast.
Yeah, damn, that went quick.
Damn. All right, guys. Thank you.
Watch all the movies we talked about. Please.
Yeah, please do. And leave your comments if you've seen any of them or what your thoughts are on them.
Or give us 50,000 thumbs down if you hate our critique on these movies.
As a side note,
probably love.
We love The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing
that
is
movie
amazing.
was dope.
Yeah, that's a cool movie.
If you want to watch a good movie, watch that.
Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing. If you watch this prequel, remake, reboot movie, that one's okay. Not terrible.
Middle, okay?
Yeah.
Or like a little bit below, okay?
Maybe a little bit above okay.
There you go.
It was okay.
All right, guys. So thank you very much for watching.
Kawaii.
We appreciate your love and support.
We love you.
We'll see you guys next week on the channel and in July for the podcast.
Hell yeah. Bye, babies.
See you guys next time.
Hello and welcome back to the Space Zambonie AI dungeon created game. We did film both of these parts of the same thing, so we have the audio gone for this one as well.
Yeah, it was all poopy. It was so funny. But well, we hope you enjoy this one equally as much because it was a lot of fun to work on this, and it made us giggle like little schoolgirls.
We'll probably still giggle this time. So Matt created this prompt for us, and I would like to state that at first the generator was like, no.
Yeah, it didn't really want this to be a thing, but whatever. So, the story begins. You are Alex, who's working on filming a Space Zambonie podcast, to which one of your female friends bursts through the door and is definitely acting unusual. You say, "Hey, you seem to be acting a little funny, you alright?" To which your female friend rips off her pants, showing that she is actually a doppelganger alien, which is causing her pussy to attack Space Zambonie during recording. Immediately you...
Yeah, so my first thought is if someone bursts into the room, I'm going to have to punch whatever that female friend is in her now declared doppelganger alien puss.
Fuck you! She screams as she punches you in the face.
Which the game decided to change on me right there.
Yeah. I just love how the fucking game just decides this shit sporadically. It's just like, fuck you, you're the one getting punched in the face. There's no woman beaten in this story. Knocking you down as she grabs your crotch, which is another thing. So it's kind of like, of course, she apparently wants your dick immediately. You'll pull out a knife and stab her repeatedly with it. So now you're also kind of like Ted Bundy.
Yeah. And to that I say, sorry, didn't mean to OJ you. I just wanted to punch her and I ended up stabbing her repeatedly.
Yeah, you murder her violently. OJ? Oh no, I'm not doing anything like that, you reply. Yeah, right, she says as she falls unconscious from blood loss.
I just like the way the story handles it.
Yeah, right.
Alright, and being that we just recorded a podcast and now we have some crazy footage, I do feel concerned that I needed to upload this footage for a podcast, and now I've murdered someone.
You continue to work on uploading the footage until you get bored and decide to go back home, even though you're in your home. When you arrive at your house, you see that it is completely trashed by Space Zambonie's attacks.
Which is us.
Yeah, which we just... It's like we got blackout drunk, we beat the shit out of this girl and stabbed her to death. Then we're like, see you later, we're going back home.
I swear she was an alien.
So we like walk out the back door, go in through the front door, and then it's just like, oh shit, what happened down here?
Oh no, Space Zambonie attack!
Oh Christ.
Alright, so the first thing I want to do whenever something scares me is I call my mommy and ask if she can send a nuke.
You call your mom and tell her what happened. Your mom tells you that she would have sent a nuke, but she doesn't know where the hell it is.
I just realized what that said too.
I just like that she knows that she has a nuke around the house, but she's like, where did I leave that thing, Alex? Where did I leave it?
Alex, I swore I had the nuke, but where the hell is it?
Alex, my Alzheimer's is acting up again. Oh no!
Alright, so being that we are now worried about Space Zambonie, which is us, attacking us, I returned to the podcast studio and searched the female alien pussy corpse for a weapon.
You head back to the studio and find the female alien corpse. You try to look for any weapons, but you don't find anything useful.
To which that I say, no, her body is now the weapon, so I will use her body as a weapon.
Which is the best choice that you could possibly make.
I'm thinking like swing it like Mario swings Bowser.
So long, gay Bowser. You put the female alien corpse into a freezer.
Okay.
I just like that you have, it's like you're cramming her body into your small rectangle freezer that you have.
I didn't know we have a freezer in the office.
Yeah. It's like, damn. Alright, so we cram her into the little, like, mini fridge freezer. Somehow, like, we blend her and then shove her in there. Then proceed to smash the freezer with a sledgehammer. The ice shards shatter, allowing you to grab the frozen corpse and rip it apart, which ripping ice sounds pretty damn difficult.
Yeah. So, I did want to test the story here because I did just destroy the freezer with the sledgehammer, and I'm assuming the freezer's like the top part of the fridge.
Yeah.
So I say, I hide inside the fridge, which is not necessarily me doing it.
Yeah.
It's me saying,
Yeah.
I hide inside the fridge.
No. Yeah, I don't know. And so it just decides to have you enter the fridge and hide inside it while you wait for the bomb to explode. So it goes all Indiana Jones, like the fourth movie. After waiting a few minutes, you hear a loud explosion, followed by an ear-splitting noise.
And then I clearly say, sorry, didn't mean to Indiana Jones you.
You run outside and see Space Zambonie flying away from the area.
Just like us,
in
like,
your fridge.
us flapping our wings.
The radioactivity caused us to grow wings.
Yeah.
You quickly call your mom, who answers immediately.
And she says, oh my god, there was a nuclear blast in the town. Which I did tell her to send a nuke earlier.
Yeah.
Did she just send the nuke on me and not tell me?
Pretty much. I mean, that story knows your mom really well. It's like,
I'm going to get that Alex. I saw him.
So because I'm concerned, I say, "Are you okay, Mama Bear?"
she replies,
Yes, I am fine. It was a very big explosion, and it took me a while to even realize what had happened.
So I say, "If it was a big explosion, why did it take so long to process what happened?"
and then she gets really confused all of a sudden. She's like backtracking on her story.
It was a small one. I think the power went out or something.
You sigh and hang up. You walk over to the refrigerator and open it up. Even though, are you still in the refrigerator?
I thought I was still in
Just
it.
like calling her on the cell phone, like, "Hey, Ma!"
I just realized I'm in a fridge and I might have climbed into a second fridge inside the fridge.
I like that. Fridgeception.
So I take the fridge to a fancy dinner and ask for forgiveness.
You take the fridge and place it down next to you. You then go to your room and order a nice dinner for yourself only. Not for the refrigerator. As soon as you finish eating, you call your mom again.
What the hell? I called my mom once of my own volition so far in this story.
Yeah.
The other 2 times, it had me call my mom.
Yeah, big
so
time.
I'm going to eat my phone so I can't call my mom.
You sit down and start eating your phone after your big meal that you ate alone without the refrigerator. You begin to feel sick and vomit all over yourself. This causes you to call your mom once more.
Why is that like this causes you? Like it's a chain reaction. This happened, so you have to call your mom
Yeah,
again.
I guess once you puke up the phone, it's like, oh man, I feel bad for eating my cell phone. And it makes me think of the last time I spoke with my mom, which was like a minute ago. I gotta call her again.
So I figured that if I had just eaten a phone and vomited, this must be like one of those iPhone XSs or something, like a super durable phone. So I decided to eat the phone again. I eat my new T-Mobile sent iPhone XS.
To which your mom picks up on the second
Wait,
ring.
what?
Somehow, like, while it's traveling down your esophagus, it presses the call button.
Hey, honey, are you okay?
Yeah, I just ate some food that made me sick, ma.
So I say to her, I made a fucking phone. I ate a fucking phone. And then I say, Mom, can we end the story?
Well, of course. What else do you want to know, Alex?
Okay, well, how much did that thing cost?
What thing?
What? Oh, $999.99 plus tax and shipping.
What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't even know if I read that in the correct person's voices. I hope I did, but well, either that or you're talking to yourself.
Or she's talking to herself the whole time.
Well, of course. What else do you want to talk? Okay, well, how much did that thing cost? Wait, what? Oh, $999.99 plus tax and shipping.
So I say, Mom, are you an alien? Because that cost a lot.
No, not at all. Well, actually, I am an alien, Alex, but it's really expensive to be one.
Okay, then let's stop talking about aliens and talk about other things you say.
So, because of all this, I think I want to get away from all these phone things because it doesn't want to do what I want it. So I'm going to convert to Judaism.
So you're Jewish?
Yep, how come you don't have any friends like me?
Because I'm not interested in Jews.
Why is that? Yeah, once we
Why?
saw that was like, what the hell, AI? That's messed up.
Why is that? Explain to me, Mom.
I don't understand why she was like so against Jewish people.
Sorry, Alex, I'm not interested in Jews. Because now you're a Jew.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks, Ma.
that I think because of the alien thing. Maybe she's like,
I'm not of this planet. I cannot be interested in Jewish people, only interested in aliens. I just have a hard time with nukes, but I'm not interested in Jews.
So I hang up and eat I guess, another new phone again.
you hang up and eat your new phone again. Your stomach starts feeling horrible and you vomit into the toilet. To which you then call your mom back again.
Stop calling my mom. All right, so I poo out my mouth and die.
To which you poo out your mouth and die. My mom buries me with 18 phones that I had for some reason attached to my body. You had like 1 million phones. It's like, hey, trench coat full of phones.
It's on me.
And you're just like nomming those shits down and puking them
If
up.
only I had known I had 18 phones on me, I would have understood why I kept calling my mom. So I rest in peace because I know I've now gotten away with murder. You the end. You the end.
The end.
Oh man. We hope you guys have enjoyed this audio blessing.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed our kooky little stories. There may be some more down in the pipeline because AI Dungeon is a lot of fun.
Yeah, if this is something that you are interested or you like, please let us know and we'll definitely do more of them. If you want to see us actually play them too, maybe we'll do some of that because it was a lot of fun to do. And if you want to see more in this format, let us know too because it was fun to do. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye!
Bye, kawaii desu. Much love.